broken down vehicle towards Bristol, so heavy delays. And I'll be back with more later with Steve.
That wasn't too bad, but there were problems.
Too much of me.
Yeah, well, no, not at all. Thank you, Bobby, very much, and have a great Christmas, because I'll see you on the Monday week. Yeah. Okay. Now, we love to have live music on the Jeremy Vine Show about this time of year. Today's no different. Delighted to say I'm joined by Peter Hooton and Keith Mullins, two members of the Liverpool pop band The Farm. Dionne Bromfield, singer, is also here. Welcome to you. And you're going to play your classic anthem All Together Now. Barbara and I are excited about this, Barbara, aren't we?
I'm very excited. I've never been in a studio with real live singers. They're standing behind me looking very apprehensive.
Oh, yeah, this will be great. And just tell us what All Together Now is about, because people who've heard it thousands of times may not know.
Yeah, it was. I wrote it about the Christmas truce, 1914, and wanted to publicise the event, and that was the whole motivation for writing it. I think people, when it first came out in 1990, might have thought it was just a party song as such, but if you listen to the lyrics, it's actually about that unique, remarkable event which you covered on Monday.
And it's the idea that the Germans come out of one trench and the British come out of the other, and there's a day when they just connect as human beings. Yeah,
and there's so many primary sources for that in terms of diaries and letters from both sides which acknowledge it happened, and it's, you know, it was a fantastic event. This year, the Premier League approached us and said, would you be willing to do a re-record of it? So we thought it'd be a good idea, and that's how we got the Peace Collective together. Of course, Dionne's a member of the Peace Collective, and that single's out now in the shops and on iTunes.
With the version of Silent Night on the other side, which we were listening to earlier, with German and British letters.
Yeah, that was the idea. We had a classical musician from Liverpool, John O'Connell. He plays classical guitar brilliantly, and we got the letters on there. That's on the CD version, which is in the shops, but that was authenticated letters from British and German troops, and also one of the general's memorandums, because people never really put into context why the truce stopped, and it was because of the hierarchy of all the armies, because they were worried that they were getting too friendly, the soldiers in no man's land. And of course it wasn't 100% across the line, because there's 500 miles of trenches. There's some parts where the fighting carried on, but in the majority of places there was an unofficial truce.
Right. Now we've got the three of you here. Keith is on guitar, Peter's singing, Dionne singing. We thought maybe some percussion.
You're on bongo, surely?
Well, hang on.
Or has that been overruled?
Stop it. I've got to get across the studio here and pick up Keith's guitar case, which is going to serve as the bongo. I did play drums.
Beautiful.
Jeremy is actually about to open a guitar case.
So I've been allowed to be percussion here. Is that?
Yeah. Well, that's
official.
We did a rehearsal, and we realised he's got a lot of rhythm, this guy.
He's going to snap on his guitar case. He's not about to take a guitar case out. He's going to pretend it's a drum.
He's like a proper jam. He used to be a drummer, he told us. He could have been in the Funk Brothers.
This is a big musical moment for me. Okay, so let me introduce Radio 2 listeners, wherever you are. It's Christmas. We're thinking 100 years ago, aren't we, to the truce in the First World War. And here is The Farm with Dionne Bromfield and All Together Now.
Remember, boy, that your forefathers died, lost in millions for our country's pride, but never mentioned the trenches of Belgium. And they stopped fighting and they were won. A spirit stronger than war was record that night, December 1914, cold, clear and bright. Country's borders, they're right out of sight. We joined together and decided not to fight. All together now, all together now, all together now. In no man's land, all together now, all together now, all together now. In no man's land, together. Same old story again. All those tears shed in vain. Nothing learnt, nothing gained. only hope remains. Sing it! All together now. All together now. All together now. In no man's land. Together. All together now. All together now. All together now. In no man's land. Together. Boys of the say they said no, stop the fighting. Let's go home. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go home. All together.
Fighting. Stop the fighting. Stop the fighting. Go home.
Boys of the say they said no, stop the fighting. Let's go home. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go home.
Stop the fighting.
Let's go home.
Stop the fighting. Let's go home.
All together now.
Stop the fighting.
All together now.
Let's go home.
All together now.
Stop the fighting.
No man's land.
Let's go home.
Hey, thank you, The Farm. All together now. Just going to put your guitar case down. That worked well for me. My goodness. That was. What do you think, Barbara?
Music by The Farm, who are wonderful, and percussion by Jeremy Vine, and a guitar case. Is that a first?
Well, yeah. It might not happen again.
I wish everyone could have seen your face. The
concentration. Anyway.
Concentration
He
on
was
your face.
absolutely brilliant, and if we'd have known, we could have got him on the Peace Collective doing percussion. It's out now.
Listen, thank you for coming in. And it's so funny because that song I've heard, gosh, that song's going to be played in 1,000 years' time. That's the exciting thing about it. Isn't that an amazing feeling for you?
Well, when we first wrote it, we were just trying to publicise the event, but it just seems to be long lasting, keeps on repeating itself.
Did you know what it was about, Barbara?
I didn't before today, and I think what's wonderful is that you thought of that so long ago. We all think about it now. We know about it because it's the 100th anniversary and we've seen the Sainsbury's advert. But you thought about that wonderful story 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
When we were all young, right?
We were
all young. Dionne, you're still young. Don't worry.
You're all looking great, though. You're all looking really great.
But what do you think about it, Dionne, singing it?
Oh, I think it's amazing. When I got asked as well, I didn't really know about it. And I'm only 18 and I studied history at school and I didn't actually get taught about it. So to be able to join something and then, get educated about this as well was actually amazing. It's for a good cause as well.
Thank you very much. Peter Hooton, Keith Mullins, Dionne Bromfield, The Farm, all together now. We'll think of you every time we play it, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks
Great
a lot.
to see you. Thank you.